What's up guys, Jared back. So yes, in my hands, well at least now it is, I have the new Google Nexus 7 2013 edition. So let's go ahead and get started on the unboxing. Of course down the road I'm going to be doing a first impressions video as well as a full review. Now as you can see around the box they really don't have any specifications except for on the side, but I'm not going to show you that sticker just because it's got a bunch of information that I don't really feel like broadcasting to the internet relating to my product. That said, let's go ahead and just slide it out of its sleeve here. And this just arrived for me today at Staples, so I ripped down there as quickly as possible to go and pick it up. Wow, it is super exposed on the camera here, but as you can see there's just a little Google emblem there. Very minimalistic box, obviously. Anyways, there's only one piece of tape, so let's go ahead and get into it with my new unboxing knife. Bam, from CRKT. Where'd that piece of tape? There it goes. So, whoop. And that's pretty much it. Knife, go away. Let's go ahead and slip this out here. And as you can see, first and foremost, front and center, we have our new Nexus 7. Let's go ahead and take it out of the box. And as far as weight goes, now, a lot of you guys don't know this, but, and this is going to sound really, really funny coming from a dude that does a bunch of tech reviews. This is actually my first personal actual tablet that I own. Ever. I've never owned a tablet before. I bought the original Nexus 7 for my wife last Christmas, but that's because she does a lot of ebook reading and things like that. So, and I really wanted one for myself, but I knew that eventually they would come out with a revamped version, so I waited, and it's finally here, and that's why I decided to jump on this bad boy. So, that said, let's go ahead and rip this bad boy open. And get the cellophane off. I am always the worst at getting the cellophane off, so so there it is. It's just black. The last Nexus 7 had this sort of like rubbery perforated, or at least they look like perforated holes all over the back, and I really like that design. However, what I did notice on my wife's over time was that it actually picks up dirt really well. So I started seeing like, and it was getting kind of gross. I said, sweetie, you need to wash your bloody tablet. But anyways, this is more of a matte black finish, so it's definitely not going to show fingerprints as much, although in my hot house, my hands are a little bit moist at the moment, so it is showing a little bit, but as you can see, I mean, that's nothing compared to if I was to put my hand on the display. So I'm liking that Google decided not to go with a glossy finish. It's almost like, it feels like that sort of Kevlar back on the new Motorola devices these days, so I like that. And you'll also notice it's got some, you might not be able to see until I turn it on, but it's got some bigger bezels, some nice big bezels on the side here so you can keep your hands there. And they've also slimmed down the bezels on the sides of the device when you're obviously keeping it in portrait mode, which is great for one-handed use, right? It's also only 290 grams, so like I said before, a little bit lighter than its previous version, and we actually do have stereo speakers. I can't remember the name of the technology that goes behind the new speakers. That'll be coming up in the first impressions and or review. I was just reading about it today actually, and I can't remember the name of it. Anyways, as you can see, we have a 5 megapixel camera on the back, which we didn't have in the first Nexus 7, and we have a 1.2 megapixel on the front. So, yeah, great feeling device. Obviously, you've got your power buttons on the right-hand side, same with the volume rockers, and I'm going to assume that's the microphone right there. So let's go ahead and power this bad boy up. We'll just holding. There we go. And while that's powering up, let's go ahead and take a look at what's inside the box. So, a bunch of documentation, how to turn it on. It's got NFC. How to turn it on is usually pretty obvious, but I guess some people need help, considering they decided to include the instructions on how to turn it on. Warranty and safety. I'll be voiding you soon, my friend. And it's, of course, in French because I am located in Canada. We also have our power brick. Let's go ahead and take a look at what... I'm just going to bring it off camera so I can see what the output is. Output is 1.3 amps. It would have been really, really nice if they included a 2 amp output, but whatever. It's not the end of the world. And of course we have our data cable / charging cable with an Asus branding on it right there. And that's pretty much it. That's it. Yeah, that's pretty much it. So let's get that stuff out of the way. And here we go. 1080p display, 323 ppi, so really, really nice revamp of the display. I wonder if they have anything for Canada. Nope, they forgot about Canada again. That's just awesome. I love that. So I'm going to go ahead and enter my Wi-Fi password and we'll be right back. Alrighty, so just entered my Wi-Fi password and it's already telling me that a system update is needed and it's downloading and powering it off right now. I didn't even touch anything. So I suppose we'll be right back as soon as the install is finished. Ah, yes. For a tech nerd, this is one of the most fun things and exciting things that you can see. Is that strange or is that just me? It's just a dude standing there with a spinning whatever the hell that is and a progress bar. But I think for those of you geeks out there, like me, we both can agree on this one. One thing I wanted to point out while waiting for this to boot up is that, yeah, unfortunately, it doesn't come with that super new Google Nexus logo that we see in the HTC One Google Edition and Galaxy S4 Google Editions, which I actually kind of prefer over this, probably just because it's brand new. Oh, I see we have to go through this again. Is there going to be anything for Canada? It doesn't look like it. Alright, looks like we're going back to the United States then again. And we're going to be typing this in again. Two can play this game, Nexus 7. Well, looks like we're finally ready to jump on in. And here it is. This is your Google Play library. This is a bunch of stuff that we're probably going to end up going through. Let's see what happens when I jump into the app drawer. Is it going to... Yeah, I'm starting to get annoyed of that. I think it's probably just because I flashed too many bloody ROMs. Nevertheless, here it is. I think it looks absolutely fantastic. Right away, I can tell a difference between my wife's Nexus 7, which I don't use all that often, but I do use enough to be able to tell the difference in resolution. And this being a 1080p at 323 ppi, it is definitely noticeable. So as you can see, it's still the same old Nexus 7, except though this is running Android 4.3 this time, and higher pixel resolution. We have... higher pixel density. We have the stereo speakers. We've got rear-facing camera this time. Different sort of look to it. It's slimmer. It's more lightweight. Yeah, a lot more videos to come on this in the future. So when you first get this tablet in your hand, you're going to notice that resolution, that new 1080p, that 323 ppi really is quite noticeable. More so when you're looking at text. So for instance, zooming in on these things, you can see the zoom, pinch to zoom is extremely quick and flawless. And getting right in there, as you can see, taking a really close look at it, I just can't see those pixels like I have been able to in other tablets, like a recent tablet that I've reviewed, if you guys know what I'm talking about. So really fantastic here, quick speed, Snapdragon S4 processor, 2 gigabytes of RAM, and this is... I really like these tablets because it seems like what Google's trying to do with the Nexus 7 is combine, at least especially with this next iteration here, over the Tegra 3 version, the last Nexus 7 version. They're really trying to make this sort of like a common ground. For those of us that do like to play games, such as myself, this should be able to whip through really high performance games, high power games, as well as do all the standard stuff like, watch YouTube videos, perhaps my channel and my videos, as well as watching movies and everything else in between. I think this is a really great tablet. I'm going to be diving right into this, and I'm really excited that I finally got myself my own Nexus 7 to start messing around with. Stay tuned for, gaming performance videos, my first impression video, as well as obviously the final review. So if you like this video, click that likes button down below, and don't forget to subscribe to watch the rest of my videos on this bad boy here. If you guys have any video recommendations, go ahead and leave them in the comments below. I would love to know if any of you guys are currently in the market for a Nexus 7, or a tablet for that matter, and if you are in the market for a tablet, would you consider the Nexus 7, or are you looking at something else? Anyways, let me know in the comments down below. That's it, guys. Thanks for watching as always. You can always stay up to date on all things of smoking Android by following me on Twitter and Google+. That's it for now. We'll see you in the next one. Cheers, guys.